For more on the potential consequences of the China-India alliance, let's join Deepak Tripathi, who's a historian and researcher of South Asian and U.S. politics. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Tripathi. Now, is a genuine partnership really possible between these two nations, given how populous, fast-growing, and close to each other they are?
Well, India and China have fought a brief border war in 1962, and relations have improved only gradually. But I think this visit by the Chinese Defense Minister, General Liang, is extremely important because of the time at which it is taking place. As has been mentioned, the United States wants to withdraw most of its troops from Afghanistan. The United States wants to pass on, if you like, responsibility for Afghanistan to India if it can recruit India. India and the United States have been very close because of India's dependence in recent years on the United States. But pressures from the United States have been growing on India. The Indian government now realizes it. Policymakers do know that India needs to counter United States pressure, and therefore an improvement with China will be very welcome.
Now, you've started to touch upon this, but tell me, could anyone else besides the two parties directly involved benefit from this closer working relationship, and whose interests could actually suffer as a result?
Well, the country whose interests will take a knock will definitely be the United States if it wants to be too ambitious in its efforts to encircle China. That's what President Obama's policy right now seems to be, because he has said some time ago that the United States wants to focus its policy on China, which means containment of China. So any improvement in relations between China and India would not be welcome in Washington. However, for the region itself, it's good news, because China and India are the biggest two most populous countries in the world. They are regional superpowers, China in the Pacific and South Asia, and India in South Asia. So any reduction in improvements or improvement in their relationship would be very welcome for the whole of South Asia and the Pacific. And I must say that at a time when the Western economies are suffering, and therefore the economies of China and India are being...
Tripathi, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I do want to get this last question in as we are short on time. Now, some experts say that there's a shift of power in the world from the West to the East. Is this new partnership another sign of that shift to be added to the economic partnership of the BRICS countries?
Well, I was going to say that the economies of China and India will increasingly depend on each other. And therefore, with the rest of BRICS countries, which is a new emerging economic bloc, I think it is good news that China and India can improve their relationship and increase trade at a time when the economies of the West are suffering.
All right, Deepak Tripathi, historian and researcher of South Asian and U.S. politics, thank you for your time.